As volunteers for the animal charity Cats Protection, the couple aim to give the kittens the best start in life by looking after them for those important first 8 weeks. "Frankie is a cat whisperer," says David, 58, with pride. "They always seem to go to her. When we went on honeymoon to Mauritius, she ordered breakfast and asked for a can of tuna for the local cats. From that day on, the staff would take our breakfast order and say, 'Don't forget the tuna.'" As ambassadors and volunteers for the past 5 years, the couple are committed to raising awareness about unscrupulous kitten breeders, but they have also made unwanted strays central to their life together. "We live in an ideal situation where there is plenty of space for them to roam and no roads nearby," adds the gentle giant. "Although we've both always loved cats, it wasn't until we got together that we realized we were in the ideal position to rear unwanted litters and support feral kittens. It was an easy decision. I call it humanizing them, Frankie calls it socializing them." It's clear Frankie, 48, has a natural affinity with the tiny creatures. She soothingly whispers and strokes the newborns with perfectly manicured nails and offers treats to slightly older feral kittens while tapping surfaces to get them used to domestic sounds. Watching her is calming, and I'm reminded of research proving that cat videos can reduce stress. David, who is an imposing 6 feet 4 inches tall, seems to feel the same way. "It's nice to see the progress, and it makes for a great household," he says. "And it's great to see their development. When they first arrive, I'm not allowed into the room. Then all of a sudden they experience this giant walking towards them. I let them sniff me, and I now know what to do and what not to do. Frankie loves doing this, so I get a very happy wife. I enjoy being around them, and when they get older they are whizzing around, and it's great to see them playing and developing. It's fun and you get the best out of it." Frankie is proud of the relationship she has with David's grown-up children from his 2 previous marriages, Dan, 35, Thomas, 33, Georgina, 20, and Robbie, 19. "It's really nice for the kids to interact with the cats and kittens," enthuses Frankie, who says she has never wanted children of her own. "Having animals is a life lesson, and I'll ask them to help me, so it's been very beneficial. One of my stepsons adopted one of my kittens during lockdown. They've always been around the cats and he was looking for one, so it was the perfect situation. I have 4 stepchildren, but it's a different kind of love you have for animals. Children become self-sufficient and develop their own opinions, but cats and kittens are very consistent in the way they behave towards you." Although the couple have their own pets, rehoming the kittens they have hand-reared usually proves upsetting. "I'm a mess when they leave," admits Frankie. And David explains, "I have to comfort her. I have to remind her about the good job she's done." The couple's care extends to other animals. "We've raised wild ducklings from an abandoned nest and we recently rescued an otter," says Frankie. "I'm a practical, solutions-based person. David calls me organized chaos." Shortly after their 2015 wedding, they went to Cats Protection to choose 2 rescue cats as pets. Says David, "We saw Smokey, our cat, and I turned to Frankie and said, he can come home with us anytime he wants." Frankie started volunteering at the shelter, even on Christmas Day," says David fondly. But being mildly allergic to cats, yes, really, she found that cleaning the cages was uncomfortable. "I can do a lot more hours if I have them at home," says Frankie. Eventually, she gave up volunteering at the shelter to care for her sick mother, who sadly died. Then the couple's oldest cat, Princess, became very ill. "We set up a special room where I could nurse her," recalls Frankie. "When she died, I said, we've got this room all set up directly for cats, we could raise unwanted litters here. It's a two-way thing, you are helping but it's very rewarding." But a growing trend of cats and kittens being sold online during the pandemic has prompted Cats Protection to warn about the dangers of buying sick and underage kittens. "You will always get people who will try to make money out of them," says David. But the demand for kittens, which has been heightened by the pandemic, means that many are being let go much too early from their mum. It's now a seriously bad situation because kittens younger than 8 weeks old are not developed properly. They need their mums. According to figures from Cats Protection's 2021 report, 68% of all cats and kittens bought in the past year were sold via online sources, such as Facebook and Gumtree, leaving consumers open to misleading adverts and quickly rising prices. Buyers have been left with poorly cats, massive vet bills and sometimes a kitten that dies. At the same time, Action Fraud, the UK's National Centre for Online Fraud and Cybercrime, has reported an increase in kitten and cat fraud. Last year, more than 1,000 cases were reported to them, with cat buyers losing an average of £216 each. Says Frankie, "You fall in love with a picture of a kitten that could be yours and you're told you need to put a deposit down. But, heartbreakingly, there is no kitten and you've lost your money." Alternatively, because cats can fall pregnant within 3 weeks of giving birth, breeders will try to get rid of a set too early, in order to breed more. The couple met in 2007 when Frankie, who starred in Nate's series of ITV's Dancing on Ice, was partnered with David's friend Lee Sharp. Romance blossomed a year later on the show's live tour and they were paired together for a return to the show in 2014. "I had a really long career on ice, into my early 40s, says Frankie. "It's a bit like me at the end of my career," says David, who was a goalkeeper for 23 years and helped Arsenal win 3 league titles, 4 FA Cups, 1 League Cup and the European Cup Winners' Cup. "There comes a time when your body tells you it's time to stop and do something else." Now both retired from their respective sports, the couple spend much of their time doing charity work. David also mentors young Arsenal goalkeepers and has a podcast, Seaman says, on Apple. "I've got a lot of experience that needs tapping," he says. The couple are currently fostering a litter of 5 feral kittens from Cats Protection. They had not been handled at all. Their story is on Frankie's Twitter feed, @kittenscam. They are 10 weeks old, so they are very fearful. The first thing you do is sit with them 7 or 8 times a day, not moving, just letting them explore. "It takes days," admits Frankie. "Then I get them used to me giving them food. I'll leave clothes I've been wearing in the room so they recognize me." Ferals are usually cats who have been abandoned and quickly revert to their native behavior as a survival instinct. If they haven't been neutered, they will often give birth in sheds or abandoned cars. These are cats that need to raise their kittens in a foster situation with round-the-clock care, rather than at a shelter. Frankie is passionate about cats, and has been rescuing them since she was a child. Even when I was on tour from the age of 18 as an ice skater, I was always rescuing cats along the way. Ice dancing in friends in her early 20s, Frankie was once launched into a skip by friends in order to rescue 4 two-day-old kittens that had been dumped. Only one survived, and was rehomed. I named him Tyson because he was such a fighter. Additional reporting, Willem Mulder.